I swear that's greatness, greatness, greatness. You look into my eyes, you can see what I see. If you can say the world won't be the same without me, then we call that greatness, and that's a blessing. But wait a second, look, while we on the subject, let me ask a question.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Uzzi Sports Show. I'm Jared Valluzzi with today's guest Jayden Louis. Jayden, thank you so much for being here. And of course, last season, your junior year, you had a really good year and actually getting all league honors. What was really the key to all that?
The key to all that was working hard, listening to my coaches, and listening to my father. My father really put it into me to work hard and make sure that I get to have a great season too.
Yeah, last year you guys did have some ups, but of course there were some downs. You know, there was a couple blowout losses, and throughout all that, how'd you get through the downs to still have some great success?
I got through that by believing in my team regardless of what was going on, because they always have my back and I always have their back. So through that, we got through it.
Of course there were some downs, but I did mention that there were some ups, and one of those was actually against Mount St. Michael. Especially for you individually, you had a great game. Just take me through that performance, man.
Well, we knew that Mount St. Michael wasn't as good as us that year. So we took advantage of that. We took advantage of the linebackers because we knew the linebackers were slow. So of course I used my speed and I did what I had to do.
Yeah, and also on your schedule, you guys did make the playoffs, and you play against Holy Cross. But for St. John the Baptist, you guys haven't won a playoff game since 2016, and you guys were the underdogs going into this matchup. So how did it feel to come out with the upset victory?
It was great winning because they beat us at our homecoming, so we had that grudge against them. So it was like we had to beat them, and it was great.
Now, Jayden, you were actually on the show last summer, and we talked a lot about the 7v7 work that you were doing last summer, and how much do you think the 7v7 game translated to your on-field success?
The 7-on-7 game was very helpful because route running, especially when the season starts, it helps a lot because you're going to see a lot of different defenses on 7-on-7 as you're going to see when you're in the actual game.
Yeah, and for your 7v7, you were with the New York Hustle and Coach Eugene. And especially Coach Eugene himself in that program, how much has it impacted you?
It's impacted me a lot because I made a lot of great connections, met a lot of coaches, been to a lot of different colleges like LSU, been to a bunch of different colleges, and without them I wouldn't have the experience I do today.
Another program I noticed that you had a lot of connections to was About You NYC. What exactly is that program about?
About You is a SAT and training place where you get help from George. His name is George, and he helps you with SAT. And there's also great trainers there that help you build up your body and gain mass.
And of course, with the COVID-19 stuff going on and everything really being closed, with your personal training and quarantine workouts, I know you've been doing a lot of that. What exactly have you been doing?
The quarantine has affected me a lot, just camp-wise and all that, but it still hasn't stopped anything. I've been working out every single day. I've had my own home gym, and I also go to a gym in Long Beach. And also I'm always getting on the field. Just like a couple hours ago I was on the field at Malvern.
Also this summer, you were supposed to go to a lot of showcases, correct? So what were some of the stuff you were supposed to do this summer?
Some of the showcases were Future Phenom, Prospect, New York State, and just a whole bunch of college camps really. Most of the big ones got canceled, of course, so it's been really difficult.
Yeah, I know a lot of stuff has been canceled, but what have you been doing personally to really get yourself out there?
Personally, I've been hitting coaches up on Twitter. Twitter is pretty much just like the paradise for all college coaches, so that's really all I've been doing. And just posting videos of me working out, so coaches know I'm still out there working.
Now, with recruiting and everything, what are some of the colleges that are interested in you and that you may be interested in?
Some of the colleges I'm interested in are Stony Brook, Marist, Bryant, and Dartmouth, and the same thing is Marist and Stony Brook.
And a lot of people kind of see you as a unique player, but what do you think in your game separates you from others?
I think my speed is number one, but of course everyone is fast when you get to the D1 level and all that, but I think it's the fact that I can switch directions so quickly and defenders can't guard me that way.
And now a player like you, you've been all over the country basically, especially last summer. So you've seen players from different states, you've seen a lot of it, a lot of competition. But there was a recent thing on Twitter, New York football being really underrated. Do you really think that New York football is up there with the southern states like that?
I'd say it's up there. I think it's just the fact that we're not as out there, placed out there because there's states like Florida, Texas, California that are known for their football. But once more colleges come over here and realize that there's actual talent here, then I think we're going to start becoming up there, closer to the New Jersey level, because New Jersey is always known for being better than New York in football. But in my opinion, I don't think they're better than us.
And now we actually look ahead to the 2020 football season, and what are some of the individual expectations you may have?
I want to get. My personal expectation is for me to have like at least over 1,000 yards. My team expectation, of course, is to win the championship. Have a great season, and for my last season, to win the championship. And that's what everyone wants. So.
And of course, you're primarily a running back, but you are going to play some defense next season. So what is your role on defense for next year?
I'm playing corner next year, so I'm going to just try my best to keep whoever's in front of me, not catch the ball at all. So.
And then into next season, who are some of the returning guys that you have to really help you out?
Some of the returning guys is Christian Mizell, Christian Anito, Mark Anthony Scott, and Kyle Chase.
And how could really those guys help you to a more successful season?
Those guys are really good because they're all leaders in their own ways, and they could all help the team. Like Mizell, he's a great wide receiver, Anito's a great DN, and Mark Anthony Scott's a great slot, also running back too.
And I actually looked at your schedule, and week 1, you guys do play against Kellenberg. That's a big rivalry game. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's gonna be a great game because it's like they have the name, they've been undefeated for years now, and I just think that's gonna be a great game right there.
And you guys also play against Holy Trinity, and they have a lot of really good talent. You guys have some great talent. What are your thoughts on that one?
That's gonna be a dogfight right there. The coaching is great on both sides. The talent's great on both sides. That's gonna be the game of the year right there.
And now, Jayden, there's always this one question I love asking, and it's if you could schedule one game against any team in New York, who would it be?
It would probably be Christ the King, cause like I already know so many. I'm already close with a lot of the kids that are on the team. I'm close with the coach, so I would just like to do that because I think it would be a fun game. Even though I don't think St. John's would win, I think it would just be fun.
And now also another question I'm going to ask that I'm going to really start asking a lot this summer is if you could add any player in New York to your high school team, who would it be and why?
I think it would be Jordan Alvarez because he's a great D tackle. He's amazing at what he does, and I feel like there would be no problem adding him to the line. I think it would be getting sack after sack in our league.
Well, Jayden, thank you so much for your time. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Jared Valluzzi. Have a good night, everybody.